All right, let's jump right into this explainer, because today we're looking at something absolutely fascinating. We're breaking down the neuroscience of manifestation. And look, we're not talking about magic or crystal balls here. We're actually going to explore how your brain filters reality in the exact same way that a digital recommendation algorithm, like YouTube's, filters your content feed. Dr. James Doty, he's a neurosurgeon and a best-selling author. He explains that manifestation is really just about programming the biological search engine that's already running inside your head.
But to really get why this is so necessary, we have to talk about the sheer mind-boggling scale of the data our brain is dealing with. 10 million. Every single second, our sensory organs are flooded with 10 million bits of raw data from the world around us. Sight, sound, touch, background noise. It's this massive, overwhelming stream of information continuously pouring right into your nervous system.
But here is the crazy part. Out of those 10 million bits, we only have the processing power to consciously handle 50 to 100 bits at any given moment. That's it. Your subconscious is doing the heavy lifting to keep your body alive and functioning, sure, but for our conscious awareness, we are looking at a massive, massive bottleneck.
So with such a tiny bandwidth for our conscious mind, how on earth does your brain decide which 50 to 100 bits actually make the cut? Well, to handle this data overload, Dr. Doty explains that our subconscious mind basically acts as a biological search engine. It filters reality based on the underlying intentions we program into it, and it just completely ignores the data that doesn't match our internal settings. Which brings us to part 1, the discovery engine.
Think about how YouTube uses content-based filtering to sort through millions of videos. You type in a keyword, and the system scans its massive database to serve up exactly what matches that specific tag, right? According to Dr. Doty, this is literally how our brain works. When you set an intention, you're value tagging it. You're effectively typing a keyword into your subconscious, giving a direct command to your neural networks to filter the physical world for that exact tag.
And the specific mechanism doing this searching? It's called the salience network. Just like a recommendation engine scans for your watch history, the salience network acts like a bloodhound. Dr. Doty uses this great analogy of a noisy cocktail party. It's incredibly loud, chaotic, but the second someone mentions your name all the way across the room, you instantly turn your head. Why does that happen? Because your name is deeply value tagged. The salience network filters out all the background noise to find exactly what's important to you, creating what we usually just brush off as synchronicities or lucky coincidences.
Now, once your salience network actually finds a match, like an opportunity or a connection in your environment, another system takes the wheel, the executive control network. You can think of this as the main processor that actually executes the action. It pulls from all your memory, your creativity, and past experiences to get things done. But, and this is a huge but, this network's productivity can be completely shut down if your internal system is running on fear or anxiety.
So let's talk about how to fix that in part 2, changing your backend settings.
See, if our biological algorithm is constantly crashing, or if our executive control network is locked up, we really have to look at our underlying nervous system. Dr. Doty actually grew up in extreme poverty in a highly chaotic household, and that trauma kept his sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight or flight fear response, chronically stimulated. And when you're stuck in that state, your brain literally limits your options because it's only focused on immediate survival. You have to consciously learn how to shift into the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest mode. This state is driven by love and compassion, and it physically opens up your mind's processing power.
When he was 12 years old and just totally overwhelmed by despair, Dr. Doty wandered into a local magic shop, and the woman working there recognized his pain. She taught him that the biggest blocks to our potential are actually fear, insecurity, and shame. These negative emotions are basically the ultimate system errors. They build a self-created prison that completely prevents us from recognizing our own agency and our inherent power to change our reality.
So to patch these system errors, the woman in the magic shop taught him 2 super fundamental mindfulness techniques. First, body surveys, which is actively identifying and then relaxing physical tension all throughout the body. And second, breathing exercises, centering the mind's focus on a single point, like a candle flame. These are your foundational tools to self-regulate, clear out the back-end bugs caused by chronic stress, and shift your body into that open, parasympathetic state so you can finally begin to program new beliefs.
That leads us to part 3, optimizing the output.
Okay, so once your back-end code is relaxed and running smoothly, what metrics are you actually optimizing your life for? We basically have 2 main paths here. Hedonic happiness is selfish, shallow, and focused purely on material results. And Dr. Doty programmed his mind for exactly this as a kid. He wanted the Porsche, the mansion, the millions. And, get this, he actually achieved it. He built a massive net worth of $80 million. But he realized it was kind of like optimizing an algorithm for pure clickbait. He was utterly miserable. It wasn't until he lost it all and embraced eudaimonic happiness, which is purpose-driven and based on being of service to others, that he finally found true freedom.
And there's a hard neuroscientific reason for this shift. When your intentions are aimed at helping other people, your brain's cognitive networks actually sync up much more effectively. Eudaimonic manifestation literally activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It boosts your immune system, lowers cortisol, and stimulates your brain's reward centers in a sustainable way. You are biologically optimizing your hardware for lasting fulfillment.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 4, Reprogramming Your Mind.
If you want to manually set your mind's parameters, Dr. Doty highlights this absolutely fundamental rule of neuroplasticity. What wires together, fires together. You can't just think about something one time and expect your brain's algorithm to permanently rewrite itself. No way. You have to do the daily, repetitive work of inputting the right data. You have to actively write down your intentions, visualize them, mentally rehearse them over and over to physically build those neural pathways.
To make sure his daily algorithm stays programmed for service and connection, Dr. Doty uses this brilliant 10-letter morning mantra. He literally goes right through the alphabet starting at C. Compassion for self and others, recognizing the dignity of everyone, maintaining equanimity during the highs and lows, practicing forgiveness, showing gratitude, humility, integrity, justice, kindness, and finally, love. By rehearsing this every single morning, he consciously value tags these exact concepts for his Salience network to go out and find throughout the day.
And the amazing thing is, this internal programming scales outward into the real world through collaborative filtering on digital platforms. Dr. Doty actually turned his 10-letter mantra into a lecture for medical students, and that lecture was uploaded to YouTube. Now, YouTube isn't just for entertainment, right? It's a massive discovery engine for educational utility. And by sheer algorithmic synchronicity, the platform pushed his lecture out until it reached a burnt-out spiritual director at a massive homeless shelter, completely empowering her and transforming her approach to her work. Simply put, good programming propagates.
So knowing that your brain is quite literally a biological search engine, constantly filtering the noise of the world to match your deepest, most repeated beliefs, we have to ask ourselves a pretty crucial question. Are you running on the default, out-of-the-box settings of fear and anxiety, or are you consciously inputting compassion and purpose? Because the algorithm is always running. What data are you choosing to input today?